Welcome back to my channel. I'm attorney Andrea, and today's hot topic is Kanye West's wife's jaw-dropping outfit at the Grammys this year. The internet is buzzing. The story is so crazy. I was even asked by Page Six to comment on it, and I ended up being quoted in the article, and the article went viral about the legal ramifications of her outfit. So the question is, could she actually face legal trouble for showing a little or a lot of skin? Today, we're talking California law, indecent exposure, and whether Kanye West's wife, Ms. Censori's bold fashion statement went from hot couture to a potential courtroom cameo. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. I've got all your legal angles covered, plus a sprinkling of sass to keep things interesting. Let's go.
Kanye West and Bianca Censori reportedly argued on the red carpet at the 2025 Grammys moments before she dropped her coat to reveal her completely see-through dress.
So Kanye West's wife, whose name is Bianca Censori, she came to the 2025 Grammys, and let's just say her outfit was memorable.
Okay.
It pushed boundaries, turned heads, and had half of the internet screaming, OMG, call the fashion police. But the real question is, could the actual police get involved? In California, if you bear it all, you might catch more than just paparazzi flashes. You could theoretically catch criminal charges for indecent exposure. But let's not panic. Indecent exposure laws aren't quite as simple as wearing something revealing equals jail time. No, there's a legal threshold that's actually pretty strict. First, let's break down what actually is indecent exposure in California. So under California Penal Code Section 314, indecent exposure requires two big things. First, it requires a willful exposure of one's genitals. So we're talking about the actual private parts, not just a hint of skin or a little risky silhouette. No, you need the intent to sexually arouse or offend somebody. So if you're wearing a daring dress that doesn't literally show the, well, final frontier, then you probably haven't met that first requirement. Also, in Ms. Censori's case, she likely was out to shock the crowd, wow factor, not really sexually aroused. So she likely was just trying to make a fashion statement. If you know anything about her husband, Kanye West, it's most likely that that was the case. So judges usually need some kind of sign of a lewd intent, not just a desire to trend on X or Twitter or whatever they're calling it these days. So now that we know what the legal standard in California is, let's apply that standard to her outfit. So despite what the tabloids might imply, we don't have any evidence of her actually revealing her genitals or of her running around with a big neon sign saying, "I intend to offend you." She basically just walked the carpet in an extremely daring design. Yes, it was jaw-dropping, shocking. My mom was shocked. But indecent exposure, probably not. Plus, we haven't heard much in the way of law enforcement even talking about that they're considering a charge. No cops have been cited saying anything about the incident. There's been no outraged public official rushing to the press to stay all the charges against her. In reality, if her outfit had crossed that legal threshold, we'd expect some official statement by now, maybe from someone representing the Grammys or law enforcement at the very least, and we haven't. Now, the DA's office technically could try to bring charges against her in theory. I mean, we can't rule anything out in law 100%. That's just not the case with law ever, in my experience. But it's kind of like the equivalent of saying that your grandma, for instance, could join a death metal band. I mean, in theory, I guess she could, but it's not likely. The standard in this case is high, and an arrest would require proof that Ms. Censori intended to shock or sexually arouse the unsuspecting public. Now, if the law enforcement officer wanted to push the envelope, they'd have to show that her flashy fashion served a criminal purpose rather than simply a fashion statement. And frankly, that's as likely as me getting a Grammy for my shower karaoke act, which is phenomenal, if I do say so myself. We also have to remember that we live in a world where celebrities regularly push boundaries. Just about every red carpet event, I think some boundaries are pushed personally. And historically, the law doesn't come down on revealing outfits unless it genuinely crosses into public indecency territory. So think flashers in public parks or people streaking at sport events. The law aims to protect the public from truly lewd behavior, not just Kanye and Bianca's questionable fashion choices. Even so, always remember that context is king. If Miss Censori had chosen to flaunt that outfit at a family-friendly school event, maybe we'd be having a very different conversation right now. But at the Grammys, that's a stage is known for its flamboyance and, let's be honest, occasional shock factor. So the takeaway here, Miss Censori's outfit was eye-catching, but that alone doesn't equal to a crime, in California at least. The legal line for indecent exposure is higher than your average red carpet controversy. You need proven intent to shock or arouse. Without that, you're in the clear, especially when the cops don't seem to have any interest in pursuing the matter. So this is the takeaway. If you're headed to the next big award show, feel free to rock that barely there ensemble. Just remember to keep the important bits under wraps if you'd rather not chat with your local law enforcement after the award show. Thanks for watching. That's all we have. But if you found this breakdown enlightening, or if you just love a dash of scandal with your legal news, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have a hot take on Miss Censori's red carpet moment, sound off in the comments below. Until next time, keep it classy and keep it legal. I'm attorney Andrea. Thank you for watching.